I forgot that I hit the like button. Sitting here daydreaming, thinking about my cat. See, she had something to say. Hey, Rosie. Rosie says, "Hi, Yogi. How are you?" I'm good. Hey, I liked the deer the other day. He says, "Say, Yogi, good to see you." Lucy says, "Hi, hey, Lucy." Our good friend Lucy is here. Zipper says, "Greeting, beautiful souls. How is everyone? Anyone do anything special for Father's Day?" We had a nice conversation this afternoon about Father's Day. If you look at the thumbnail, that's my dad and myself. Uh, it was Christmas. We took my dad to Christmas brunch. We had waffles. Waffles being nothing more than dappled pancakes, putting on airs, trying to be all fancy and whatnot. We know better. Lucy says, "Yes, I went through a very rough time. Nice to be back. It is nice to have you back, Lucy. We missed you." Hey, when's your next workout, Lee? And by the way, Lucy, I'm sorry you went through a rough time. Let's see. Rizzy said she saw poor deer yesterday. Hey, Rizzy's talking to you, Cat. I love seeing deer. Yeah, it rained here too, all day. It's raining now, I think. It's gonna rain almost all week. He says, Yogi, was it the same place you said you always used to go for pancakes? It is. It was. Have not been, it's been over a year. Rizzy says, today it rained, probably going later on my bike. Doesn't rain again. But yeah, I hope you get a break and able to get out. Rizzy says, I blocked all of you, and all of you didn't deserve that. I did unblock everyone, though, except for that one person I will not name. That person I hate and I don't hate. I understand that. I'm sure it's not the first time I've been blocked. Rosie says, well, around here it had a flood warning. Be safe. Be safe, my friend. I'm not too far from the county seat, and it flooded in about a 3 year period of time. It flooded twice, completely devastated. And it's historical site. I used to work there in my 20s. And then the store that I worked in, um, owned by an older couple that were almost like a second set of parents to me, the building burned down. Let's see. Khalid says, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. May God bless you and grant you good health. May He compensate you for what you have missed. May God grant you abundant sustenance and heal you and keep you well. Amen. Amen. And for you as well, my friend, that was a beautiful blessing. What a wonderful way of coming into a live stream. Thank you so much. Rosie says, I will. Hopefully, it doesn't rain because my mom wants to walk while I'm bike riding. Hey, Jason. Jason, happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to me. Thank you, Jason. He says, Yogi, do you do a lot of walking? You do a lot of walking. You'd like to change where summer is over and the cooler weather sets in? Not so much. Um, the beginning of fall isn't bad. None of it's bad. I get out and I walk no matter what it is. I appreciate the weather no matter what happens. Um, the walking, the running continues no matter what the weather is like. But I, man, May and June. June's my favorite month. Now it's going to start getting really hot. We've already had some hot days. It's gotten up in the upper 90s already. He says, Happy Father's Day, Jason. And it's very humid in the state of Maryland. Jason says, same June. Yeah, June is the perfect month. May's good as well. Been a relatively cold spring. Hey, Life on Random. Hey, everyone. Hey, Eric. Random, how are you? What's new with you guys? Cuban and hot in Missouri. Now, Jason, you're not too far from the mountains, right? Is it a little cooler where you are? Lucy says, during my absence, I've been getting to know other YouTubers. Anyone interesting, Lucy? Jason says, hi to Lucy. She says, hey to Jason. Little, but still human. Still hot and humid. You do a lot of swimming in the summer? Lucy says, hey, Life on Random. Jason says, hope you're great, Lucy. Remind me to take my supplement in 17 minutes. Lucy says, I'm doing great. I've been sick the past 2 weeks. Then I've been watching my baby niece. Hope you're all good, Yogi. Hope you're doing good, Yogi. I am doing good, Random. Thank you. Hey, I'm sorry that you weren't feeling well, but I'm happy you're feeling better. Stitch says, is Duncan here yet? Not yet, Stitch. I think he's going to show up. I wish we had a way to buzz you to let you know when he comes in. So that way you didn't have to hang out, if you don't want to. Hi, Anna. Anna says, hi, Yogi. Hi, everyone. Anna, I hope you're doing well. Let's see. Khalid says, I'm yours from Algeria. I believe you might be the first friend from Algeria. Welcome. I wish you success and good luck in life. Amen. Amen. I wish you the same, my friend. Random says, Lucy, when are you doing your next live? I think I saw a notification for her. Something's coming up, right, Lucy? Jason says, hi, everyone. Hey, Jason, what'd you do for Father's Day? Lucy says, I've been better, but I'm hanging in there. I may say I'm fantastic, but really I'm not. That's just me being positive. Hey, Lucy, when you're down, be down. We got your back. He says, hey, Khalid, welcome. Sis says, I hope I left Kat. Hey, if you want to hang out with Kat, I can always bring her up. And if Duncan comes in, I'll come get you. Tomorrow's the big day. Are you going to have that bowl of ice cream, Stitch? Random says, thank you. You're welcome, my friend. Jason says, awesome. So one thing we don't talk about often, but I do like to talk about, I don't believe, I'm not a fan of bypassing, of forcing a positive front when one is not feeling positive. Because you can't force something away. The body keeps score. It will be stored in the very fabric of the muscle tissue, in the cells, in the molecules. So now we're talking epigenetics, and we pass it down. We might pass it down through lifetimes if you are of the belief of reincarnation, but we certainly pass it down through other life forms, our children, our grandchildren. Jason says, pickled eggs, made some homemade. Well, hey, Kat made pickled eggs too. Jason had a cookout with family, Eric, and played with kiddos and relaxed, my buddy. That sounds like a great day. Lid says, "Good luck. Good luck to you, my friend." Anna is doing well. Thank you, Yogi. How are you? Doing pretty good too, Anna. Lisa said, have it scheduled. I had you blocked random, Anna, and everyone. I did unblock all of you. Just being honest, I'm trying to connect with you all again. Rosie says hi to everyone in chat. Lucy says, you do not deserve that. I'm sorry. Hey, Lucy, it wasn't personal, though. You were doing what you felt you needed to do to protect yourself. I think every single one of us here understands that. And no one is holding any blame towards you. Stitch says, no, I don't like sugar anymore. Hey, that's awesome. I will have fruit, though. It doesn't take long for your appetite to start to change. Random says, Lucy, sometimes you just need to disconnect from everyone. You don't need to apologize for protecting your energy. Thank you, Random. And perfectly said. Anna says, how are you, Lucy? Jason says, hi, friends. And Lisa says it will be Tara. Jason says it was an awesome day, Brother Eric. Lucy says she's doing great. And how are you? Random says, of course, Lucy. I very much respect the beautiful heart you have. Hey, Lee. Magnetic North is here. Lucy says, I have mental health issues, problems. Badly. It's not easy. Rosie says, where your cat go, Yogi? That's a good question. She's wandering around causing trouble somewhere. Probably harassing people out in the streets. Jason says, prayers, Lucy. Joining in. Anna says she's doing great too. North says, good afternoon, evening all. Hope you're all okay. We are. North, how are you? Jason says, friends, hope it's great. Josh is here. What do you got for us, Josh? Sticking his tongue out at Rosie. Wendy's Frosty gives us a wave. Hey, Wendy's. All right, everyone is saying hi. Josh says, you guys like Neil Young? Of course we like Neil Young. Why would you ask such a question, Josh? The most shiny object is Yogi's head. I'd wear that sick like a bagel. Bread is unflavored. I stick by that comment. Hey, Danny. Hey, everyone. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to you and your family. Jason says hi to Magnetics. Rosie says hi. William says, hey, Eric. Hey, William. What's new, William? I drink chocolate for breakfast. Where did that quote come from on the fish sandwich? Shirley says, oops, sorry, the comment jumped. Do you iron your t-shirts to never have wrinkles? I'd like to know your secret. I know, random. I love random questions. I love randomness. I do not. I don't know if I've ever ironed anything in my entire life. I remember going to Target years ago and discovering there was wrinkle-free khakis. And I'm like, what kind of black magic is this? How long has this existed? Hey, Marlon. Marlon says hi again. Oh, I have not taken my pill yet. I got about 12 more minutes, Rosie. Remind me in 12 minutes. So thank you, though. Thank you for that compliment. Imagine that. Wrinkle-free khakis. Why is anyone how come everything isn't wrinkle-free? How come my forehead isn't wrinkle-free? If they can make wrinkle-free khakis, man, there's got to be some kind of magic out there for me, right? Don't quote me on that, Josh. I thought it was chocolate chips. The whole damn pie. That might be my favorite quote. Josh says, Josh is back. Cats for Nelson. You know what? I need to spend time over at Cats for Nelson. Wendy's Frosty is laughing. North says hi to MK. Lucy's sending us. That's what we miss, Lucy. The unicorn vibes. No one else can do it like you can, Lucy. Hey, Jace. Right? Is Jace here? Maybe not. I thought I saw someone say hey to Jace. Hey, Maddie. Message says, Mr. Yogi, my friend. Nice to see you, Maddie. Maddie, what an entertaining show you had yesterday. I really enjoyed hanging out with you, and it was great seeing you fishing today. Busy says, laughing, love you, Josh. Everyone's saying hi to Maddie, our good friend Maddie. Jesus says, Eric is the best. So sometimes I have a hard time saying something positive about myself. I think some of us have been in that position. Don't know why. But here I'm going to say something positive myself. I've done a pretty good job getting the right people to hang out with me. I've done a pretty good job with you guys. You know, I must have done something right to have such awesome friends here. Get some more unicorn vibes. Hey, Toy Pups. Says, hi, Yogi Chat. Love you guys. On the final stretch of our construction. Sorry we're mute, but wanted to show some love. I appreciate that, Toy Pups. Shirley says, greeting fellow Yogi fans. Shirley, how was your day? Did you guys make sure you catch the replay of the great olive hot peanut, like hot peanut. It was pretty awesome. Pup says, it should be the opposite. Super chat to have me. I should threaten people. I'm gonna sing. Thank you, Lee. Twip Up says not wear my glasses. Lee, that doesn't mean you want me to sing, does it? Twip Up says magnetic. Thank you so much. Billy says Leo just had a party at his house. There's so many brothers and Buddha and Trending were there. I almost feel like I had a whiskey with Leo. Awesome. I'm sorry, I missed that. Hey, was it just a party, or did he get in some reps too? Sis says, Duncan, come out, wherever you are. Let's see if we can manifest Duncan Walsh, $1 billion syndrome, Duncan Walsh, $1 billion syndrome. One more time, Duncan Walsh, $1 billion syndrome. Manny says, Shirley, hi. North is laughing. All right. I know it's later for you. So I don't want to. Let me know. Let me know when you want me to sing. Lucy says, I miss you guys too. You miss me singing, Lucy? I don't know if you miss me singing. We got some love from Toy Pups. Maddie says, send in love, Lucy, be strong. I've been threatening to sing this song for a while. The angriest song ever. You're going to be surprised. Lucy's laughing. She says, guess what? Guess what? Guess what? What's that, Stitch? What's going on? North says, sing us a song one day, not now, one day. Ah, gotcha. I don't mind. If you guys don't mind listening, I don't mind singing, which is funny. A year ago, I would not have said that. 6 months ago, I would not have said that. A month ago. But our good friend Toy Pups, our good friend Jace, family. Jace, Toy Pups, all of you guys, family. The kind words from Maddie, the presence of Kat, just brings an ease to my heart, peace to my mind. Hey, Lucy, the always open. Let me know a little bit in advance, and that way I could put it in the title so people will know to come in just for that. Such as I get to go home to my kitten today. Awesome. I know you've missed your kitten. North says, in that case, let's have it as it marks change, peace and love. Rosie's going to be back. All right, well, let's wait. Let's wait for Rosie. Lucy says, of course, I don't mean today. Yep, I wasn't thinking you were today, but I want to maximize. I want to maximize your time for sure. Curly says, the frozen mercy salute. We don't say the first part in our house. Understandable. Lucy says, thanks, no frills. So when either like 5 minutes, I'll sing the song, or when Rosie gets back, whatever happens first. There's going to be a bonus, if anyone can guess. When I say the angriest song ever, if anyone can guess what it is before I sing it, let me know. Toy Pups, are you going to be hanging out? I know you might not be able to like let me know. Just wondered. Anyone else want to come up and sing a song quick? Dash in, sing a song, dash back out. I would take requests without a promise. That I would look it up, see if I could do it. If I thought I could, none of it's going to be good. We can scratch that right now. But if I thought I could actually get through it, Ron says, I have an idea, but it would be cheating to say it. I think you probably might have an idea. Kat says, hi Yogi, hi friends. Hi Kat. I just mentioned you not long ago, Kat. Kat, you weren't off today, were you? Ron says, my phone is causing issues, need a new one. Then I'll definitely come up. Lucy says, so to Kat. He says, well, hello, Kat. Stitch says, sis. Kat says, I just want to say there's been a lot of weird glitches going on lately with electronics and such. Kat says, dude, you summoned me? I'm always summoning you. Dundee says, hi, Kat. You're right about those glitches. I told you, you know what was wrong with my phone? Cat says no, no, not off. It disconnected itself from the internet. Rosie's back. So Rosie, I got a super chat to sing a song from our great friend Magnetic North. Although I really think you guys are better off super chatting me to never sing again. Yogi, I'm going to super chat $1 if you promise me to not sing on this live stream. Hey, VJ. Thank you so much, my friend. Much appreciated. So I'm going to give one more guess. Give me 1 second. Rosie says, sing. Rosie says, not the A song. And oh, I could never sing the A song. That belongs to Selma. Toy Pups did a good version of it not long ago. All right, I'm gonna try. Hey, Adam. Nope, Adam's not here. I'm seeing things. I thought I saw Jason. I thought I saw Adam, but neither are here. Rosie says, "A is Selma's song." she takes the words. She does say, "Hey, Adam is here." Adam says, "No, you're psychic." Rosie says, "Yogi." Oh, thank you, Rosie. You are right on time. Adam just showed up. All right, I'm going to give you one more guess. When I say I'm going to sing the angriest song ever, what song is it? Maddie says, in this chat, no ill feelings are wrong. Our legendary Mr. Yogi bursts into song. I think probably burst is the operative word. Our friend, the poet, no F's, no frills, no mercy. I put alarm to make sure. Wow. God save the Queen. That's a good song, isn't it? That is not it, but it was a good guess. All right. Here it goes. For better or for worse, guys. The end I might skip the very end. I have a hard time. Yogi going to sing. Hey, Selma. Give me 1 second, guys. I almost chickened out. I was going to sing, Selma. Stitch says, where is Duncan? We are doing our best to summon Duncan. I need to get his, I need to be able to message him. I got his email. All right. Here you go. Selma's another one who's given me courage to sing. You ready? Here it goes. Slow down, you move too fast. You gotta make the morning last, yes. Kicking down the cobblestone, looking for fun and feeling groovy. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, feeling groovy. Hello, lamppost, what you knowin'? I've come to watch your flowers growin'. Ain't you got no rhymes for me? Do-do-do-do and feeling groovy. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, feeling groovy. I got no deeds to do, no promises to keep. I'm dappled and drowsy and ready to sleep. Let the morning tram drop all its petals on me. I love this part, guys. Life, I love you. All is groovy. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. All is groovy. There it is. Pretty angry. All is groovy. BJ says, Magnetic Anna. BJ, I thought you were a mod. Hey Buddha. That could be. Hey Goals. Could be a theme song. Goals for you says, hi. How are you, my friend? Manny says, send some love to Shelly. Adam's waving to Dundee. Goal says, hey to Dundee. Paul Simon is passive aggressive, isn't he? Shirley says, something tells me it's all happening at the zoo. Do it someday. I would have to practice that a little bit. I could try to do that for you, Shirley. I like the thought of all being groovy. All is groovy. Remind me to look up the lyrics sometime, Shirley. Oops. Someone says Happy Father's Day. Hey, Happy Father's Day to your father, Selma. Please tell your father I said Happy Father's Day. Someone says he can sing. I don't think I can sing that, Selma. That's a tough song to sing. You do it very well, though. System of a Down bounce. I might save that one for you, Magnetic North. Hey, Jim Rat. Jim Rat says, what's up, Yogi? Happy Father's Day, Jim Rat. Goal says same. Let's mod you up. Goals for you. Make it easier if there's anyone you want to reach out. It says he's just a yogi doing burpees in his basement. There it is, Duncan. Hey, Stitch, so how's the week gone? Stitch says it worked, Yogi. He's finally here. Yeah, it's been a bit since you've been able to connect. Adam says thanks, and back to all the other dads, happy birthday. How was your day, Adam? North says I can't sing. I break windows. You and me both. Sniper says I'm waiting for fire started by the prodigy. Hey, Sniper, I bet you can sing. Let's see. Ghost Fuse says, oh, thank you, Mr. Yogi. You're welcome, my friend. We're all here for the same reason. We want to connect with people. We want to help other people grow their channels. We want to help ourselves grow our channels. And we just want to make friends. So it's an easy enough thing to do for people. Stitch says, hi, Duncan. It's going good. I have done everything. Hey, Duncan, Stitch told me she no longer even wants sugar. Lisa says, are we going tarot cards? We'll be doing tarot cards twice this week. The next week, after two open panels, go every other week, like the same times. So Lucy, make sure that you, when you're ready, make sure you drop the links. It says Eric Singbro for all the dads out there. I did sing "Feeling Groovy," Simon and Garfunkel. Maybe we'll close the show down and I'll sing the Willie Nelson song again for my dad. Duncan says, "Great. Which workout did you do?" Tuesday nights and Saturday mornings. Hey, that's a good mix. Those 2 times. Lucy says, so did Skits. Shirley says, I love our community and everyone is welcome. Awesome. Lucy says, oh, you do tarot, Adam? I listen to people do tarot, says Adam. North says, Adam, Lucy is good at tarot for sure. That's okay, Adam. I figured that's what you were saying, so I try to get that straightened out. Skit says, what? You sang already? I missed it. I'm so sad. I wouldn't say that you missed it. Lucy says, I'm a fast starter. I'm using 3 tarot decks. Soon we'll add the Dragon Oracle. Unicorns are my first, dragons are my second. Such as I don't like sugar anymore. I want fruit instead. That's so awesome. Look what you've done, Duncan. And look what you've done, Stitch. Excellent job. You put in the work. And I remember you saying at the beginning it wasn't easy, but you stuck through it. Hey, you know what? In the burpee community, when we give someone a salute, it's the highest compliment you could give someone. Salute. Stitch, my friend, salute to you. Our friend Stitch has given up sugar for a week. She's done Duncan Wash workouts. Even the easy Duncan Wash workouts aren't easy. Crazy says, I love unicorns. North says, I have to go now. Up much earlier. Much love to all. Wish you all a great day. Thank you so much, North. Thank you for encouraging the singing. I appreciate that. Lucy says, I am a unicorn. You certainly are, my friend. Adam says, any message for a Virgo, Lucy? Seppa says, Eric had a voice many moons ago. As long as I don't project my voice too much and stay away from my head voice and pick an octave lower, I'm passable. Just about produce a note or 3. Anytime you want to come up and sing a song, Lucy says, a very, very beautiful one. You certainly are. You certainly are, my friend. Let's see. Duncan says, Stitch, is it the one that I say is week 1 day? How hard did you find it? Hey, Dan. Dan says, hey, Yogi. Dan, how you doing? North says, Yogi, I love you. I love you too, North. Thank you so much, my friend. I just love the fact that all of our friends here it's so comfortable saying that. We love each other. Lucy says, so the squirrel. Lee says, love you all. Skid says, Eric, I was thinking, bro, you have ever considered writing your own Course in Miracles? No. That was a gift. That wasn't written, Skits. It was received. I did write, if you can see that book there by the trophy. I don't care about the book. I just wanted to show you my trophy. Does God have a hero? That's my contribution to, um, in the acknowledgments. I actually thank A Course in Miracles and the teachers of A Course in Miracles. I wrote this. I wrote it in '99. It was published in 2000. You can see that book on top. That is Autobiography of a Yogi, Paramahansa Yogananda, which is also that line of gurus up above there. We got the New Earth, Eckhart Tolle. Two other of my books. I think that's my either my yoga or breathwork or meditation certification diploma hanging up there. There's another trophy right up above there. Just wanted to show off my trophy. That I actually won my age group. 24-hour race. I think I did 80 some miles in horrible condition. The worse the conditions, the better I did in the race. The only time I've won things is when the weather was really bad. Skit says, what do you mean? No, you can receive a version surely. Well, you see, if I attempted, Kat says, Yogi, why don't you read something from it? I will. Thank you. Let's see. Shirley says, hey, Hulk Joe. Hey, Joe. I'm sorry I missed you coming in, my friend. Shirley, thank you for saying hello so I didn't miss it. Dad says, I'm about hit yogi. My whole body is sore. I bet. Happy Father's Day to the fathers, says Joe, to the fathers. Yes, had a mental health crisis and went crazy, but I'm better now. Thanks, Squirrel. Hey, Abigail. 1 second. Gotta make sure. Hold on. All right. Thank you for asking, Kat. Much appreciated. I wrote this book, Does God Have a Hero? 1999, newly sober after over a decade of self-sabotaging drinking. It's not that I self-sabotaged the drinking. That came pretty easily. It was that I was literally self-sabotaging my life. Drinking with a vengeance, literally. Joe says, hey, Master Yogi. Nice to see you, Joe. I won't go into detail about how and when I quit drinking. I tell the story fairly often, and I told it just the other day. But it was afterwards. For me, it happened in a very synchronistic and magical way for me to quit drinking. It was a gift. Best thing that ever happened to me, by far. One of the best things. Afterwards, I was lost, but not in a bad way. I was looking for what was going to happen next. I became very silent, very contemplative. And I meditated one day. And when I was done, I opened my eyes and said, so now what? Didn't realize I was asking God, so now what? What am I supposed to do? And I got up, and it was just an intuitive feeling. And I heard, be God's hero, which I had no idea what that meant. How can you be God's hero? But it stuck in my head. So I grabbed a legal pad and I wrote down, does God even have a hero? And then the whole poem came to me. And in one stream of thought, no glitches, the whole thing. So it really was skits like I was receiving something. But I think of this as personal instructions. And I say that in the beginning. I'm not trying to tell everyone this is how you're supposed to live your life. Instructions for me and how I thought God was telling me I should live my life. Shirley says, Dan, I told Yogi that I feel like I had a whiskey with Leo. I got goofy. There's Lucy's upcoming stream. Just give me a second, guys. It's not super long. But in the following weeks after I wrote the poem, I wrote a essay on each one on how to apply it, how I was applying it in my life. But here's the poem. When you close your eyes and see God within, you are God's hero. When you open your eyes and see God in everyone, you are God's hero. When you let anger pass you by with a smile upon your lips, you are God's hero. When you hold love in your heart and peace within your mind, you are God's hero. When you behold the beauty of a flower and feel the kinship with all living things, you are God's hero. When you look at someone who is different and see only how you are alike, you are God's hero. When you feel more joy in helping another than you do in your own personal gain, you are truly God's hero. When you hear the true name of God in every man's religion, you are a hero of God. When you can hear the silent voice of God in the wind, the bird's song, or even the roar of a crowd, you will hear God calling you a hero. When you take your time every day for silent communion with God, He listens, and you are God's hero. When you can see beyond appearances and have the wisdom to see God's truth, that we are all truly one, again, you are God's hero. When you have compassion and love for all, even those with whom you may disagree, you are a hero to all mankind and to God. When you know that forgiveness is blessed and forgive all, no matter how large or small the trespass against you, you will be God's hero. When you give love to all, holding none back, you will know love for yourself, for God, and you will be His hero. When you demonstrate patience with others and see divine good in everyone and every event, you will have learned to see God everywhere, and you will be His hero. When you trust in God with all your heart, knowing that the universe is formed from love, your trust will pay off with love, abundance, joy, and the knowledge that you are God's hero. When your desire to know God is so great that in desperation you finally give up searching for Him where He never has been found, you will find Him where He's always been, watching, waiting, within, ready to welcome His hero home. That's it. It is available on Amazon. It says, Adam says, I've had about every psych symptom, not multiple personalities, and it really led me to a spiritual journey and self-discovery. Thank you, Toy Pups. Bye, Rosie. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for reminding me to take my pill. Since there are 2 videos. Rosie's going on a bike ride. Enjoy, my friend. It says, Brill, it all came to you. I think you could make another book, maybe not A Course in Miracles, but A Course in Miracles themed by the eyes of Yogi in his basement writing. Yogi in his basement writing a book. My last book was in 2019. It was a reinterpretation of the Tao Te Ching presented to ultra runners and ultra walkers. I don't know if I have the energy to write another book. I write every day. My writing's on my blog. You can see what I write every single day. Emma says, can I tell you something? Of course, Emma. Duncan says, Stitch, here's a link to another workout. Do you know how to copy a link? Let's see. Skit says, beautiful writings, brother. So again, as I put in the end, I took it as personal instructions. Didn't want to go out and say, hey guys, this is how you're supposed to do things. But if anyone could gain any sense of inspiration, I knew my book would be successful. Toy Pup says, by the way, Yogi has 6 books he's written available on Amazon. I think there might be a couple more. Sometimes, like this one, I put Eric Paul McCarty, and I had others, Eric McCarty, and others, Eric P. McCarty. And I think that messed things up a little bit. Abigail says hi to Emma. Kat says, hey, Yui, do you think that you could be so aware of the illusion being what it is that you could rewrite a scene that just happened? And is it as if that thing never happened? Thank you. Kat says that was beautiful. That's a good question. I think yes. I think yes. Kat. Adam says, what's the title of your first book? Does God have a hero? Meditations for Compassionate Living. You guys want to know a story? Duncan says, if you right click on the link, there should be an option, copy link address. Skid says, Cat, send some love. Emma says, so I woke up and my voice like as nasty as hell. Literally, my voice changed all night last night, and I'm sick. So I think it's because the last day of school on Friday, or something I don't know, because I am. I'm sorry. Not a great way to start your summer, is it? She says, I'm a German Shepherd. Whenever I could go do a workout, she would jump on me, check my heart rate. And it was going so fast, she told me to slow down. Hey, Stitch, Duncan's got another workout for you. If you go up above, you'll see the link. Emma's stomach was hurting. Last day at school, hurting last night. My stomach doesn't hurt today. Oh, I'm glad it doesn't hurt. Now, that's a good way to start your summer, not hurting. Lucy says, Eva came up with the cards when I asked Andrew that I'm a witch. Interesting. Guy says, your next book is going to be at all the people you meet on YouTube in this place you never expected to be. Hey, that's pretty interesting. Skid says, Cat, it would literally just be a hit list for anyone who's ever mentioned What's Your Piece. Oh, I'm keeping track, guys. I am keeping track. Thanks again, Duncan. Duncan drops another link. So yeah, each one of the stanzas has a little essay. Oh, I was going to tell you this story. I took typing in middle school and then typed again. And I wrote this book again on a yellow legal pad, and I needed to type it up because some friends read it and said, you should at least attempt to get it published. So I knew I had to type it up. I didn't want to ask anyone to type it for me because it seemed like since I was given this gift, one of being sober, I was given the gift of sobriety, and then I was given this inspiration, literally instructions on how to live my life. Sometimes it seems kind of vague when you say be kind. These are my instruction on how to be kind. So, not being a great typist or any kind of typist at all, this was back in early tech days online. I got the it was a Type Easy. It was a little thing you set up on your computer, and you would speak, you would read, and it would type it out. I thought it was absolutely amazing. I'm not going to use my fingers like some kind of chump. So I speak. Does God have a hero? Meditations for Compassionate Living. And it starts typing, and I'm all happy. And I went and looked what was written, and it was The Dogs Eat Gyros, two old men taking medication by the river. And I thought, that's not the book I wrote at all. And that's when I realized I got to teach myself how to type. And I didn't really teach myself how to type. I just started typing. I started with two fingers. My dad would call it the hunt and peck. That's how he typed. And then my other fingers decided to pop in. They were like, hey, if that finger can do it, this finger can do it. Before I know it, I was badly typing, but typing. And I am thinking one day I need to write a book called "The Dogs Eat Gyros: Two old men taking medication by the river." That might be the book I was meant to write, after all. Skit says, "I would love to write a book. You inspire me, Yogi Bro." Hey, Skits. Here's my thought on that. If you get the idea to write a book, start writing immediately. The universe loves speed, does not like hesitation. When you're given that prompt, when you're given that inspiration, "Hey, bro, it's food seasons. How are you, my friend?" Says, like, bro, I appreciate that. Act upon it. If you write an entire book and you look at it and you think, I don't like it, guess what? You wrote an entire book. When I used it as a thumbnail one day, there's a photo of me at a book signing. Was signing one of my books. It's in a bookstore on the Eastern Shore. They asked me to go and they ordered a bunch of copies, and I sat there and signed it. And I had a man come up and pick up one of my books, and he went like this, tossed it down, and said, "I could have done that." And in the early days of my marriage with Mocha and my stepdaughter were there, and they both got mad. Hey, thanks. She cooks. She cooks and roasts. Um, they got really upset, and they were ready to go after the guy. And I said, you know what? He's absolutely right. He could have done this, and he probably could have done a better job. Here's the difference: he didn't, and he probably never. So don't be the guy that says, I could have done that. Be the guy that does it. It doesn't matter if it pleases anyone else but you. She cooks, she roasts, so big, bro. Hello, my friend. Man, you know what? As soon as I see your name pop up, I start smiling. Duncan says, since you have one on YouTube, which will be easier to get to if you search for Duncan Walsh, massive calorie burn, 24-minute workout. 24-minute workout. Chris says, thank you, brother. I might try and see what I can write. Hey, Duncan, I appreciate what you did with skits. You're a good friend. You're a good man. Duncan says, the burpees I do are hard ones. That's an understatement. If you want to do normal ones with a jump, that would still be great. She cooks, she roasts, says, cat and skits. It's easy. Adam says, there's nothing you can do that can't be done, that hasn't been done. All you need is love. She cooks and roasts is saying hi to everyone. How are you, my friend? $1 Syndrome says, hey to Shirley. Shirley says, Duncan, you are beyond kind. You're absolutely right about that, Shirley. And Shirley, this is one of the few times I've enjoyed saying this. It takes one to know one. It takes a kind person to recognize that type of kindness. So a big thank you for Toy Pups for plugging my books. A big thank you for Kat to ask me to read from my first book. And thank you all for listening. Very much appreciate that. And again, if anyone, I I've been reading some of my daily writing early in the morning, but everything I've written pretty much for the past, this blog's been in existence since I think 2011. I had another one before that one. I started a blog in 2000. She Cooks is amazing. You're right about that, Kat. Kat, you're right about everything. Duncan says, so Sitch is tomorrow the first week? Yep, tomorrow's the end of the first week. You want to have your allowed ice cream, then off to week 2? Hey, I asked her if she was going to have her ice cream. She said she doesn't want it anymore. She wants fruit. Skid says, thank you for sharing, Eric, bro. Skid, you're welcome. Cat's laughing, says, I think I love you. I know you're talking about She Cooks and Roast. Cat says, mushy peas are the best. I don't think Cat ever said that. I think I've heard Cat say split pea soup is the best. Such says, Duncan says, such have you enjoyed the fruit? So in 1999, I've read a book, The War of Art, which of course is a play of the art of war. And it was written by Stephen Pressfield, who later went on to write the book, The Legend of Bagger Vance, which became a movie, which is not a good movie. Skip it. But read The Legend of Bagger Vance. It is about golf. But more importantly, it is an allegory for the Bhagavad Gita, the holy yogic book, the dialogue between Krishna and the divine archer Arjunan, taking place on a battlefield. Arjunan is a renowned warrior, but kind-hearted. He's got family on both sides of the battlefield, and he sees no way. Hey, Sal, no way that he can commit to this battle without harming someone that he loves. So he sits down and he tells Krishna, who was appearing as his charioteer, that I will not fight. I will not partake in this war. I will not raise arms against family. And Krishna said, that is beneath you. Your duty is to be a warrior. And then he gives a discourse on karma yoga. And then he talks about bhakti yoga, the yoga of devotion. And then he talks about jnana yoga, the yoga of wisdom. And finally, royal yoga, Raja yoga, the 8th path of yoga, the 8 limbs of yoga. The entirety of that story in Stephen Pressfield books takes place on the golf course. It's a wonderful book. Anyway, before I read that, I read his book, The War of Art. And he talks about going pro, turning professional. A professional shows up every day, doesn't skip what they know they're supposed to do. If you want to be a writer, you show up at your desk every day and you write. If you want to be a painter, you show up every day and paint. If you want to be a cook, you show up every day and you cook. If you want to be a awesome content creator, you show up every day, you create content. You work your craft, even when you don't want to. Cat says, is that why the 8 arms on some statues? No, I believe it represents something else, but I don't remember what. But let's find out. So, most of the reasons: symbols of immense power and superhuman abilities, representation of divine attributes and functions, emphasis on the deity's all encompassing nature, visual tool for identification and storytelling, and psychological and spiritual symbolism. It's a great question. Happy Father's Day to you, Sal. Hey, let me bring up Sal's channel real quick. Let's see what progress we've made. Hey, how was your weekend so far, Sal? 913 subscribers. Awesome. I hope everyone here is subscribed to Chill Sal. Hey, She Cooks and Roasts. Are you subscribed to Sal? Sal, are you subscribed to She Cooks and She Roasts? As well as Lucy. Chill. You got the unicorn vibes right underneath you. Adam, a sci-fi novel, mushy feet in space. UK number one bestseller. Let's go. Does sound like Douglas Adams. Sal says it's great so far. Hanging out with family, nice. So a professional shows up every day. When I read that, there's few times in your life you read something and it sinks in so deep, your entire life course has changed. I decided I would do that, and I've written every single day since. So I read that in 1999. I wrote in a journal, and then I started a blog in 2000. Every day I show up. Now, here's the thing, especially in the early days, that not everything was supposed to be good. Not anything could have meaning to everyone except for me. My mantra became words on a screen or words on paper. I would write every day. And so I did. And so I still do. What is it for you? Writing has become every bit as much of my spiritual practice as anything else. Your favorite unicorn. It is my favorite unicorn. Thank you, Lucy. And it's also what it represents, Lucy. To you, for you, or from you, the unicorn vibes represents the essence of Lucy. Let's get to smile, bro. Speaking of showing up every day, look at Chill Sal. Shows up every day with a smile on his face, gets his reps in. I'm going to quote our good friend Chill Sal. If he can do it, if I can write every day, why not you? That's his mantra. Why not you? Again, Chill Sal was pushing 300 pounds, guys. And it was time for him to lose some weight. He wanted to get in better shape. And you know what he thought? Why not me? Other people can do it. Why not me? And then when he started his channel, he started thinking, why not you? You could be that guy. You could be that person. Adam says Lazy Hermit is determined to do my homework and really investigate all the beautiful channels I have subscribed to. Adam, you're a good person, my friend. Joseph says, yes, Yogi, why not you? And by the way, shirts and hoodies are going to be available very shortly from Chill Sal. This Lazy Hermit. I'm with you on that, Adam. I'm pretty much a lazy hermit, too. It's one of my favorite things to talk about, guys. Inspiration. Whatever it is that inspires you. I mean, For me, guys, I'm pretty odd. I'm pretty weird. I'm truly, truly inspired to be as kind as I possibly be. I'm truly inspired. You know, I read the other day, uh, lesson 122 from A Course in Miracles. And I remember clearly reading that and saying, not exactly what Chosal says, but close. Why not me? Let me bring it up again. I won't read the whole thing, but I will read the beginning of it. What could you want forgiveness cannot give? Do you want peace? Forgiveness offers it. Do you want happiness, a quiet mind, a certainty of purpose, and a sense of worth and beauty that transcends the world? Do you want care and safety and the warmth of shore protection always? Do you want a quietness that cannot be disturbed, a gentleness that never can be hurt, a deep, abiding comfort, and a rest so perfect it can never be upset? All this forgiveness offers you and more. It sparkles on your eyes as you awake, gives you joy with which to meet the day. It soothes your forehead while you sleep and rests upon your eyelids, so you can see no dreams of fear and evil, malice and attack. And when you wake again, it offers you another day of happiness and peace. All this forgiveness offers you and more. So why not you? We practice forgiveness. Here's the wonderful thing about practice. You don't have to be good at it. That's why we practice. To get better. And when you do it, you get better. And when you do it, you get better still. And when you do it, you get better still again. I loved the part, sentence 6. Do you want a quietness that cannot be disturbed? Here's my favorite, a gentleness that can never be hurt. Does that sound like a contradiction to you guys? A gentleness that can never be hurt. Hey, Kat, you still here? Josel says yes. Lucy says that's a big reason I came back because if it wasn't for you, I would have Haggis back in my life with Ron and other people. I have to thank you for that. You know, Lucy, you're just a you're just a good person. You're just a good. Lucy says, I thought about this. Forgiveness works if you let it. Agreed. Agreed, my friend. Lucy, I love you. Kat says, yes, too. What do you think of that line? Skid says, I once got stuck in a small pointy bit of a roof at the top of a church. It was inspired. Man, I wish there was a film of that. Adam says, awesome lesson, Yogi. If I ever go off, it's always due to judgment. Judgment is so insidious, isn't it? It's been my word lately. Insidious. How things like that sneak in. We're cruising along. We're feeling fine. Almost enlightened. Almost like the top forgiving guy in the world. I can forgive it all. And if I can't, I can forgive myself for not forgiving all. I'm so good at forgiving. And then whatever insidious judgment. I'm such a horrible Course in Miracles student. Look how lofty I've put myself as the all-encompassing forgiver of all things that need to be forgiven. And then the judgment just spirals. It's insidious. But it's okay. Because it's everything's a lesson. Everything's a lesson. Lucy says, love you, Yogi, and everyone here. We love you too, Lucy. Sal says, okay, Yogi, I have to go. It's time for Father's Day dinner. Enjoy the dinner. Everyone have the best day. Bye, everyone. Take care, my friend. Adam says, the Spire inspired. How cool. The Spire inspired. So this is a line, Kat. I'd love to talk to you about it. A gentleness that can never be hurt. Because, again, it sounds like a contradiction. If you're gentle, it means you're vulnerable. If you're vulnerable, that means you can be hurt. But your superpower, your strength, is your gentleness, a gentleness that can never be hurt. When you are practicing vulnerability, when you're practicing gentleness, you're practicing ahimsa, non harm, including yourself. You're removing yourself. It's your defenselessness that gives you strength. Defenselessness is one of the characteristics of God's teachers. And you might ask, who are God's teachers? It's a good question. And that begins, of Course in Miracles, the manual for teachers. Here's the answer. A teacher of God is anyone who chooses to be one. His qualifications consist solely in this. I love so much about what I'm reading. Somehow, somewhere, he has made a deliberate choice in which he did not see his interest as apart from someone else's. There it is. Let me get back to Kat says, a gentleness so strong it can never be disturbed. It's beautiful. It is. There's my inspiration, guys. I read that sometimes, and I did Thursday. Well, nope. I've read on forgiveness, lesson 122. Literally brings tears to my eyes. Literally brings tears to my eyes because I want to step into that essence so badly, and I seem so far away. And yet, it's a great reminder to be gentle to be gentle to myself for feeling like I'm so far away, for feeling like I'm such a mess, such a mess, such a mess. So I admit it, guys. I have great feelings of unworthiness that have doubled on some recent life events, tripled, maybe quadrupled. I know there's something that comes after quadruple, but I can't. I don't know what it is. Quint something, right? I don't like it because I thought I had come so far, no longer putting my worthiness based upon stuff, but it has rushed back. It sucks. Ashley's Food Court says, I am from India. Welcome from India, my friend. AFC. I appreciate you being here. Man, just imagine that. Your true strength, your true superpower is in your gentleness. Hey, AFC, just subscribe. I love that you are vegetarian cooking, Brahmin style. Smartha Brahmin Kitchen. Food vlogs, authentic tradition. You've gained a new subscriber and a new fan. I don't always mod people up when they first come in, but sometimes I do. So why not this be a sometime? Kat says, you're a beautiful being who calls itself a mess. I love you for being a beautiful teacher. Thank you. Thank you, Kat. Thanking you. Thank you for helping me be a beautiful teacher. Seriously, thank you. I Man, if I say anything more right now, I don't think I can say anything more. Adam says, Yogi, I'm a little upset with you for picking such for picking on such a nice guy. How dare me, Adam? I can't. I literally have tears in my eyes. Good tears. Cat, you broke my heart just a little bit, and in the best possible way. You know, just like a little rigidness that was there, just like broke off, just opened up, just accepted your beautiful words with just this. Man, sorry guys. Um, with just this big sigh of gratitude, like doing the physiological sigh, uh, and just man, like it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It says nicely said, Cat. Was nicely said. So he says, Yogi, before you go to bed, Reaper's at a pool with his family, and we're invited. Oh, awesome! Thank you, Shirley. I'm gonna wrap things up in just a minute, um, and I do want to hang out with Reaper. Shirley, thank you. Or Lucy says, so Shirley. Shirley says, Lucy, with a big smile. Going through a whole lot of my life not wanting to be me. I've had so many amazing things happen and amazing people come into my life, and I feel like I've messed everything up. Not ever by being a bad person, just by being me. What a horrible feeling that is. Almost like you're trapped. Almost like I'm trapped. But it's okay. It truly is okay. More than anything, I know what I want. That's no small thing. And it's the easiest thing to work towards. Michael says, hey there, Yogi. Sorry I'm late. That's okay, Michael. Just got done with my storytelling hangout. How'd it go, Michael? Lisa says, hello. It says, okay, um, you can be now instead. Hi, Skits. How you doing? I'm just a Yogi. Nice to meet you. You, my friend. Thank you, Skits. Kat says, before we leave, we're going to ring the bell in honor of our fathers and in honor of the one creator, Father, Mother, God. Yes. Yes. Let's do that now. Michael says, hey there, Skits. Adam says, I wish we could switch places for a day, Yogi. I'm so good at letting go of my stupidity and my mistakes. And that's not bragging. I understood where you're coming from, Adam. The weird thing is, I can let go of my mistakes. I can't let go of my flaws. And again, that even strikes me as being weird. Letting go of my mistakes. I can forgive my every single mistake easily. Every single one of them. And some of them have been extremely difficult. You don't spend a decade drinking without making grievous mistakes. And I've systematically been able to go through recapitulation, according to Toltec shamanism. And forgive. But then I look at perceived flaws of just being human, of just for whatever being wired slightly different, of not wanting things that everyone else wants, of not wanting to go out in the world and uh, make something of myself. Does self really need to be made or realized? Man, what a weird ambition. Just wanting to be self realized. Not to go out and make something that can be taken away. It is, Adam. It is a perception. I'm going to go back to the word of the day, insidious. Again, I will be cruising along and it will blindside me. Don't get, it's like a reminder. Don't get caught up in this because you don't deserve it. Because it'll be too difficult. First, I won't go into detail. I don't know, but it's okay. It is okay, guys. If I had to name my one superpower, being able to smile at whatever, being able to smile at my own misperception of myself and knowing at the same time that it's a misperception. Adam says, I know exactly where you're coming with this too. I think it's awful that people tell children they could become something. Even worse is when they tell them they should. What you are now is not enough, but if you work hard enough, you can become something. My cat's told me to go. Thanks, guys. We got some bell ringing to do. We're going to do it 3 times. As Kat said, as Kat beautifully said, Kat, everything that you've said in this chat has been beautiful. Not surprising. It says, "You're such a legend, Yogi Brogi. It's your own way, my friend. Love you all so much. I'm gonna head off soon on a journey into the realm of sleep. Me too, where infinite dreams await. And then wake up, pull out your notebook, and start writing skits. All right, you ready? 3 times in honor of our Father and in honor of a one Creator, Father, Mother, God. Amen." My cat's got something to say. Adam says, Yogi, anytime you feel really bad, I want you to imagine me walking a blind guy into a ditch. Very embarrassing. That would be very embarrassing. That that would be. And not a metaphor either. Wow. Wow. We got more. Thank you for that. Thank you for that visual. Uh, we got unicorn vibes. Thank you, Lucy. Lucy, welcome back, my friend. Good, so it's much love to all the dads, certainly. Kat says, thank you. Kat, thank you. Um, Meh, I forgot what I was. I forgot what I was going to say. It was going to be something very deep and profound. It might have been the answer that we were looking for, and now it's gone, and now we're stuck. We're dragged back into the illusion again. I apologize, guys. I let you down. Maybe it'll come to me. Until then, enjoy the illusion, because you know what? We know it's an illusion. This has been one of my favorite live streams in a long time. Um, I got to talk about all the stuff that I love talking about, and I got to share it with you guys. Lucy says, by the way, I found my crown the other day. The Mofro princess is going to wear her crown, as she should. Salute to the Mofro princess. Love you, Lucy. Love you guys. Cat, I love you. I'll see y'all later. I'll see you tomorrow, 5 a.m. if you're around and you want to hang out. Hey, Abigail.